But the overriding worry, I think, for the majority of young men I talk to about the education system is this sort of overemphasis on obtaining a high grade point average, or GPA, in order to meet the requirements of finding a job in an increasingly competitive labour market. And I think, sadly, there's this issue when, for these young men, obtaining a high GPA actually becomes the most important element of their education. And on the other side of the coin, then when I talk to many instructors, they then complain that the students are fixated on their GPA level to the detriment of everything else. So not surprisingly, this sort of GPA emphasis then sort of starts to result in some students becoming sort of afflicted with what, I call the I deserve an A+ syndrome, regardless of, either academic ability or performance. And actually a group of former King Abdullah Scholarship program graduates in the Eastern Province, they said to me, well, no, they said, we even saw this with, this GPA fixation with Saudis who were studying abroad. And they were extremely worried, that young people sort of become indoctrinated into focusing on scores and grades rather than the benefits of critical thinking and lifelong learning, which obviously is to the detriment of innovation, which actually has, needs the ability to think critically. Of course, I mean, this is a universal issue again, because any rigid centralized curriculum anywhere that requires teachers to focus on preparing students for examination obviously limits the level of creativity that they can bring to their teaching.